Good morning. Namaskar. Very good. Let us begin with the prayer. This is on page 104 of Universal Prayers. The first one on that page. This prayer is from the Bhagavad Mahapuranam. Om Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutastunvanti Divyaistavai Vedai Sāhaṃkāreṇa Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Navidusura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Salutations to that effulgent being, whom Brahma and other gods praise with divine hymns, whom the singers of the Sama glorify by the Vedas and their auxiliaries, repeating the words in a particular order along with the Upanishads, whom the yogins realize through deep meditation with their minds wholly absorbed in him, and whose extent neither the gods nor the demons know. May the Supreme Lord bestow His grace upon us all. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We have to do verse 24 in chapter 18. In this part of the 18th chapter, everything in this whole universe, animate, inanimate, is all qualified by the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, that we have seen before. In the second chapter, Bhagavan Sri Krishna had said in verse 45, whatever is described in the Vedas, they all have the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. But Bhagavan says to Arjuna, you become free from the three gunas. Nistraigunyo bhava. Traigunya vishaya veda. Nistraigunyo bhava Arjuna. Shloka number 45 in chapter 2. Everything without any exception. Then in the 14th chapter, in detail we studied the nature of the three gunas. What is sattva guna? What are its qualities? How is it different from rajas and tamas? And in 17th chapter, more details came about the gunas. 17th chapter, Shraddha Traya Vibhaga Yoga. Three kinds of tapas, austerities, three kinds of food, three kinds of dana, all those things we saw. Now in the 18th chapter, again, the Lord is going to describe sattvaras and tamas of other things. Jnana, knowledge is of three kinds. Sattvic jnana, rajasic jnana, tamasic jnana. Then karma, three kinds of karma. Sattvic karma, rajasic karma, and tamasic karma. Then karta, three kinds of doers. Everybody does action, but some people are sattvic kartas. They perform all their action in a sattvic way. Some are rajasic kartas. Their actions are all rajasic in nature. And some are tamasic kartas. That we have seen. Now, several other things are being taught here. Buddhihi, intellect is of three kinds. Dhritihi, steadiness, perseverance, is also of three kinds, sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. Then sukham, three kinds of sukha. Tamasic sukha is very, very bad. Though people think it brings happiness, it only in the end will bring misery. So all those things you study now. So sloka number 23 describe sattvic karma, three kinds of karma. Sattvic karma, rajasic karma, tamasic karma. Sattvic karma was described in sloka number 23. There the Lord says, niyatam sangarahitam aragadveshatah kritam apalaprepsuna karma yattat sattvikamachyate. Sattvic karma is that which is aragadveshatah kritam, which is done free from likes and dislikes. A lot of time people are driven by their likes and dislikes and what they like to do, choosing the work they like to do. They like something, they like to do it, and something else they don't like, they don't want to do it. But that's not how karma is to be decided. The karma we do must be required obligatory duties. Niyatam karma. We saw before in the earlier chapters. Niyata karma. Niyata karma means required duties. Everybody has required duties, regardless of their station in life or ashrama stage in life. Householders have required duties. Monks have required duties. Students have required duties. They vary from person to person. And for the same person, duty varies with time. There is a very nice chapter in Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga book. 8 chapters are there. One of them is called What is Duty? There, Swamiji described the difficulty in defining duty because it is not fixed. Duty varies from person to person at any given moment. This moment, what is my duty is not same as what other people's duties. Your duties are different, my duties are different at any given time. And for the same person, duty varies with time. What was my duty yesterday is not my duty today. What was my duty 10 years ago, my duties are different today. So the responsibility, each person is responsible to determine, ascertain what one's duty is at any given moment and to perform that duty in a sattvic way. That is to be emphasized. Niyatam karma. In sloka 23, sattvic karma is niyatam karma. Two kinds of karma have to be not done at all. What are they? Two kinds of karma which you should not do at all. Nishiddha karma and kāmya karma. Nishiddha karma means prohibited actions, immoral, legal actions, such as cheating, stealing, telling lies, and all. We have dealt with that before. Nishiddha karma should be given up totally, completely. And the other kind of karma we have to give is kāmya karma. That came in the beginning, at the beginning of this chapter 18, sloka number 1. The chapter begins with that instruction. Giving up kāmya karma is real renunciation. Sloka number 2. There Bhagavan said, kāmyanām karmanām nyāsam sannyāsam kavayo viduhu. Kāmyanām karmanām nyāsam, giving up kāmya karma, is real sannyasa. So kāmya karma means karma done exclusively for one's own pleasure and benefit, not taking into consideration the well-being of other beings, or not taking into consideration the impact of our karma on other beings, other people in the environment, other people, animals, plants, and the whole environment, nature. Our karma affects all these things. So without considering the impact of our karma on other beings, doing something for one's own benefit and pleasure is kāmya karma. That should be should not be done. Kamya karma and nishiddha karma have to be given up. What karma has to be done? Niyata karma has to be done. That we saw in the earlier chapter. Niyatam kuru karma tvam karma jayo hya karmanaha niyatam karma kuru. Repeatedly, Bhagavan describes the importance of doing one's own duty. To ascertain what one's duty is at any given moment and to do it in a sattvic way. Here it says in Sloka 23, Niyatam Sangarahitam, free from attachment. That is one theme that runs throughout the Gita. Practicing detachment. Giving up attachment to karma, karma phala, and all other things. Attachment to our possessions, our body, mind, sense organs, sense objects, our property, other relatives, relationships, all important Sangarahitam. Many times the theme comes throughout the Gita. Practice of detachment. When asked what is the teaching of the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Ramakrishna said it can be summarized in one word. What Gita teaches is practice of detachment. If he said, if you repeat the word Gita 10 times, you end up saying the word Tagi, Tagi, Tagi. Tyagi in Bengali is Tyagi in Sanskrit. Tyagi is one who gives up attachment to Tyaga. Tyagi is one who gives up attachment to everything. It is attachment that binds us to this worldly life. The moment we become free from all attachment, then we are free. Nothing binds us. So, Sangarahitam, giving up attachment to karma, karma phala. If an action is done, then that is sattvic karma. Niyatam Sangarahitam. Third quality of sattvic karma is araga dveshatah kritam. Raga means attachment, desire. Dvesha means dislike. If you are guided solely by our likes and dislikes in determining what we want to do and how we do, then that is not sattvic karma. We should keep aside our likes and dislikes and do what is required to be done in a sattvic way. That is the teaching. If there is something that I don't like to do because it is unpleasant duty, then we try not to do that one. Try to avoid that one. That is not good. Even if it is disagreeable, difficult, unpleasant, if it is to be done, if it is niyata karma, I have to do it. Should not be guided by my dislike or like. If there is something that I like to do, that may not be required, then I like to do it because I like it. That is not right. Aragadveshatah kritam, keeping aside, unaffected by aragadvesha, one's own likes and dislikes. Then how to determine what to do? Niyatam, required duty. Whether it is good or bad, pleasant or unpleasant, agreeable or disagreeable, if it is required, then I have to do it. So this teaching was given earlier in this chapter. Chapter 18, sloka number 10. Bhagavan had said, when you do some work, keep aside your likes and dislikes. If the work is agreeable, don't become attached to it and keep on doing it even if it is not necessary. If the work is disagreeable, then don't try to avoid it. If it is necessary, it has to be done. Sloka number 10, chapter 18. Manishtamishtam mishram cha trividam karmana. No, that is sloka number 12. Nadveshti akushalam karma, sloka number 10. Nadveshti akushalam karma kushale nanushajjate. Akushalam karma nadveshti. Akushalam karma means unpleasant duty, disagreeable duty, difficult to do. And nobody notices it, nobody says thank you and I have to do it. Disagreeable, they don't like to do it. That has to be kept, that attitude has to be kept aside. Akushalam karma nadveshti. One should not hate unpleasant, disagreeable work. If it is required to be done, it has to be done. Kushalena anushajjate. If the work is pleasant, agreeable, if nobody prizes it, you get visibility, rewards, then we should not become attached to it. If it is needed to be done, it has to be done. If not, not to be done. Kushalena anushajjate. One should not become attached to agreeable work. That is aragadveshatah kritam. Then the karta must be free from desire for the fruits of action. Apalaprepsuna. Phalaprepsu is one who desires the fruit of action for oneself. I'm doing this work, I must benefit from this work. Some people ask, if they are required to do some work, they will ask, what is in it for me? What benefit will I get if I do this one? That should not be the main question. If it is required, niyata karma, I have to do it. Keeping aside my expectations of benefit from that karma. Generally, if some good karma is done that benefits everybody, then the doer also is benefited. If in a family, one person does something which benefits everybody in the family, then the doer is also benefited as a member of the family. Not motivated exclusively by one's own benefit, but in the interest of all, to serve all in the benefit of all. Then in the all, the doer is also included. Apalaprepsuna, by a person who is not exclusively desirous of the fruit of one's own action. Phala means fruit of action. Yattat satvikam yat karma, that kind of karma which is done in this way is satvik karma. So we have to practice satvik karma. How to perform satvik karma, with what attitude, has come before many times. One thing that we can all easily do to practice detachment, sāhaṃkāreṇa, how to practice detachment. Easy way to practice detachment, Swamiji says in the Karma Yoga book, there are two ways to practice detachment. One is for those who believe in a personal God. Easy. Whatever I do, they say, I'm doing it as an offering to the Lord, as my service, seva, as a servant, bhritya. That way I am free from attachment. Once it is offered to the Lord, then it is up to Him. Whatever happens, good or bad result, I'm not affected by that one because it is already offered. That instruction to offer everything we do to God has come many times in the Gita. For example, in chapter 9, sloka 27, the Lord has said, whatever you do, offer it to me. Very important sloka, 9:27. There, the Bhagavan had said, whatever you do, yat karoshi, tat kurushamadarpanam, whatever you do, offer it to me, do it as an offering to me. Why he is asking us to offer all our work to Him? Not that He needs our work. What does He need? Lord of the whole universe. When we offer something, two things happen. One is, first of all, we become free from attachment to the object, that is of karma or whatever we offer, that is not mine. Namama will come. If I had thought that it was mine, that also has to be given up, not mine. Once it is given, I am free. To practice of detachment, one benefit of offering all karma to God. Second reason why we have to offer everything to God is offering means expression of love, devotion. In giving, there is joy. We give because we are happy. Supposing somebody comes to your house, this example has come many times. Supposing somebody comes to your house, you offer a cup of tea. Why? To express your happiness. That person can have tea in his own home, not to necessarily to fulfill his need, but to express your happiness. Oh, you have come to my house, you have chosen to come here. Gives me great joy, or giving a cup of tea or something. So giving means expressing love. So when we give something to God, not because He needs our thing. In puja, we offer all the food, almonds and raisins and fruits and other things, sweets. Why? Not that He needs those things. In offering, there is joy. Offering means expression of love, devotion. That is why all karma has to be offered to God. One benefit. Second reason of offering is to become free from attachment to that karma and the karma phala, both. Sangarahitam. That is how to practice detachment from karma, karma phala. There are other ways to practice detachment. We have studied them before. Now we go to this all sattvic karma. Now we study what is rajasic karma in sloka number 24. Yattu kāmepsunā karma sāhaṃkāreṇa vā punaḥ kriyate bahulāyāsaṃ tadrājasamudāhṛtam yat karma kāmepsunā kritam. Kāmepsu as opposed to apalaprepsu. In the previous sloka, apalaprepsukyam. Apalaprepsu means one who has no desire for benefit of enjoying the benefit of karma. As opposed to that, kāmaprepsu, one who wants benefit, enjoy the result of my, I am doing this, I must get this benefit, I must get this much profit, I must get this benefit. That expectation of happiness, pleasure, benefit from one's own karma for one's own self is a rajasic trait. That should not be done. Yattu kāmepsunā. Kāmepsu means a person who is desirous of the fruit of action. Ahaṃkāreṇa vā punaḥ kritam. Ahaṃkāra means with the idea of egotism. I am doing the work. I is the dominant thought in that person. This is my work. I am doing it, and I do it in this way. This is my territory. Don't interfere. My work. That idea of I and mine is dominant in the worker's mind. That is rajasic attitude. Where is the I? If really examine, there is no such thing as the I at all. They give it so prominence in our lives. I am this, I am that, I want to do this mine, that is not mine. Really, if you examine, there is no such thing as I at all. Only the Lord is there. Jnani makes this analysis and gives up the I totally. Bhaktas can keep the I, but make it ripe I, as Pakamiya Sri Ramakrishna says. Jnani says there is no I at all. Mano buddhyahaṃkāra cittāni nāham na ca śrotra jihve na ca grāna netre na ca vyoma bhūmir na tejo na vāyuhu chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. Very beautiful, famous verse of Shankaracharya, Nirvana Shatkam. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, buddhi, I'm not the ego, I'm not the sense organ, not the eye, not the ear, not the hands, not the feet. I'm not the air, not the space, not the fire, not the five elements. I'm none of these. Then what am I? Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. I'm the Shiva. So there is no ego. That is very high position to take. Difficult for majority of us to practice. We still have our body consciousness. As long as body consciousness is there, we can keep it, but give it a lower position. Make it pakami, ripe ego. How to make that one? I am there, but I am a servant of the Lord, dasya bhava. I am a child of God. God is my father and mother. I am a servant of God. I am a devotee of God. Like this, I can be there, but can be made ripe I. Then it is not harmful. So, sāhaṃkāreṇa, rajasic person is full of ahaṃkāra I. That is not good. That becomes rajasic karma. Yattu kāmepsunā karma sāhaṃkāreṇa vā punaḥ. Karma done with great egotism. I am the doer. I must get the benefit. Like that one. Kriyate bahulāyāsaṃ. Bahulāyāsaṃ means with much effort. Sometimes people do a lot of work because they want to show that I am doing this work. To show off how much hard work I am doing. Even if it is not necessary, they appear to be doing all the time something or other. That is rajasic attitude. Bahulāyāsaṃ. Much labor, much effort. So the translation is The work done with passion for a desired fruit by an egotistic worker, which entails much labor, is said to be rajasic. That kind of karma is called rajasam karma udāhṛtam. So we should not do rajasic karma. Sattvic karma. Now, worse than all of this is the tamasic karma. We have to know that because you have to stay away from that. So there, in this sloka number 25, tamasic karma is being described. This sloka is very important because there Bhagavan is going to explain several things that we have to examine before we perform any action, not after, before. Before saying one word, before thinking one thought, before taking one step, you have to think of 4 different things. You have to know that one. So let us do 25. Tamasic karma. Tell me without thinking these things. Anubandham kshayam himsam anapekshya cha paurusham mohadarabhyate karma yattattamasamuchyate. Tamasic karma. What is that one? Anubandham kshayam himsam paurusham anapeksha. Anapeksha means without examining, without considering. 4 things. Very important, these 4 things. So what is first thing we have to consider before doing any action? Anubandham. Anubandha means the result of our action. Before I do anything or say anything, I should think in my mind, I'm going to do this work. How will it affect? What are the consequences? How will it affect me, the doer, other people in the environment, people in the outside the environment? How does it my karma affect the animals and plants, other beings? How does my karma affect the total environment? All these things, consequences of my action, and all these things have to be considered before doing the action. Why? Because if my karma, if it brings benefit for me, but in that process, if it causes harm, loss, discomfort to other beings, then I should think. My karma that I do, anything I should not at the expense of other people's convenience and comfort. I may gain something, but other people lose by my action, causes loss to other people, then I should should not do it. Anubandham, consequences not only around now in the present, but long-term consequences. My action today may bring benefit to me and others, but sometime along the road, down the road, in the long term, if it causes harm, today everything is good. I enjoy, everybody enjoys and very nice, but after some time, after 3 months or 2 years, if my action causes negative impact on nature, animals and plants, then I should think about that one. Examine the consequences of my action before performing the action, not only upon myself, how does it affect me, how does it affect other people in the environment, other people in the larger context, animals and plants, nature. Supposing a person wants to start a production factory to produce some product, it will bring profit. Then, if that factory causes a lot of air pollution, noise pollution, water pollution, atmospheric land pollution, then you have to examine that one. It may bring profit to me, but if it in that process, if it causes pollution, environmental pollution, then we have to examine it. That's why in this country, EPA has regulations, Environmental Protection Agency. So you have to examine the impact of your karma, your project on the environment. Likewise, same thing has been done in a personal context also. That is for factory projects. You have to get EPA regulation, follow EPA regulation. But in my personal context also, I'm doing some work. How does it affect? Does it affect the environment? Environment includes other people, animals, plants, and things. So that is everything has to be thought about before, anubandham. Without thinking you do something, then we realize, oh, it was not a good idea, then we can't take the action back. One word said, if it is not the right word to say, once it is said, you can repeat. The more you try to repair, worse it becomes. It is just like doing handwriting. We used to do everything right in hand before. So when doing handwriting, supposing you put a period where it should not be put, how can you repair it? The more you try to repair it, becomes a bigger problem. So thoughtless action is like that. Heedlessly, if you do something, if you realize it was not the right thing to do, then we have done it. Therefore, before performing the action, anubandham, one thing. Second thing that we have to consider is kshayam. Kshayam means loss. No matter what we do, some loss will be there. There is no action that can be done without some loss of something. Can you think of something that can be done without losing anything? Something will be lost. If nothing, time will be lost. Supposing you prepare coffee, cup of coffee. What do you lose? The ground coffee is you have to throw it away after doing it. What that is be lost. Water will be lost. Energy, heat, electricity, gas will be lost. Time will be lost. But if you want to save them, if you don't prepare coffee, then you have no coffee to drink, no rice to eat if you don't cook rice. So you have to weigh. Is the loss that is inevitable in any action? Loss will be there. Loss of material, loss of time, loss of energy will be there. Is that loss commensurate, justifiable in view of the gain the action brings? If it is, then you do the action. Without losing anything, no action can be done. If nothing, time will be lost. If I think in something, I'm not using any material, I'm not I'm in darkness, I'm not using electricity, then what is the loss? Time is lost, mental energy is lost. So loss will be there, kshayam. But the question is a loss that is inevitable, justifiable in view of the gain that the work will bring? If it is, then do the work. Otherwise, if work causes loss to somebody else, I may gain benefit, profit, but if the other person loses, then we should not do that work. Kshayam, second thing. Third thing is himsa. Himsa is also inevitable. Without causing injury to anything, we cannot generally do anything. Anything that we do will cause some kind of himsa to other beings, if not to beings, to environment. So we have to perform action. So himsa means third, is work going to cause any himsa, injury to other beings? If so, I should stop and think, should I do this one? Sometimes himsa is necessary. When a surgeon does surgery, he will cause pain. Pain will be there in any surgery to the patient. But that pain is justifiable in view of the benefit that the surgery will bring. So that will be done. But if the pain is not justifiable, then I should not do the work. Himsa. Not only injury to oneself and to others, but to animals, plants, environment. Injury to environment should not be caused by my action. Anubandham shayam himsam. Fourth one is paurusham. Paurusham means ability, resources. Some people start some project with great enthusiasm without thinking whether they can have the resources, ability, knowledge to do the work, bring it to its logical conclusion. Halfway through the work, they realize, oh, this is too much, I cannot handle it. Then you wasted a lot of time, energy, resources. Unsuccessful project. So it should not be done. Without considering the ability, paurusha means ability, knowledge, resources to complete the work. If one has, then one can start the work. Without thinking of these four things, if a person starts an action out of delusion, mohat karma arabhyate, If a person starts with great enthusiasm, something, oh, I will do this will be this so good. Without thinking these things, then they realize very soon that this was not a good idea. By the time they will have wasted a lot of time, energy for oneself, for other people also, they will have created trouble to others in the family or workplace. That is tamasic karma. So these four things have to be examined in much detail before performing, before starting any action, before saying any word. Generally, we say and then we think, oh, why did I say this one? Can't repair it. So before saying anything, we should ask, is it necessary? It may be right, but is it necessary to say it? Or is the proper time to say it? If I say this one, will that person be hurt? Some people make jokes to make other people laugh. But if one person feels embarrassed by that joke, then we should be sensitive to that one. We should not tell such jokes which hurts other people. So all these things have to be considered before doing anything or saying anything. Without thinking these things, if somebody does any action, heedless, thoughtless action, that is called tamasic action. Anubandham kshayam himsam anapekshata paurusham mohadarabhyate karma yattat tamasamuchyate. Tamasic karma. So important shloka. Now, three kinds of karma we have seen, 24, 23, 24, 25. Sattvic karma, rajasic karma, tamasic karma. Now, next topic is three kinds of karta, doer. Karta means a doer. Everybody is a karta. There's no one who is not a karta. We all do action. So, what kind of karta should I be? I should be a sattvic karta, not a rajasic tamasic karta. How can I be a sattvic karta? What are the qualities of a sattvic karta, sattvic doer of actions? Thus, we have to know 26. Description of sattvic karta. Mukta sango naham madi dhrityutsaha samanvitaha siddhya siddhyor nirvikaraha karta sattvika uchyate. Sattvic karta. Important qualities. Mukta sangaha. Again, same thing has come. Free from attachment. Yeah. Sri Krishna will hammer that one point throughout the Gita. No attachment. Give up attachment to karma, karma phala, to property, possession, relationships, my child, my grandchild, my job, my work, my body. All attachment is cause of all misery. Mukta sangaha, free from attachment. Karta, person who has attachment to everything that he does, result of action, then he is not a sattvic karta. Mukta sangaha, anahamvadi, nirahankari. Anahamvadi means one who is not an egotistic person. Ahamvadi is always I. Always. Some people cannot start any sentence without using the I first. So that should be reduced. Anahamvadi, free from egotism as much as possible. If the ego is there, then make it right ego. Mukta sango nahamvadi dhrityutsaha samanvitaha. Through two more things. Dhriti, utsaha. Dhriti will come for more detailed examination later. Dhriti means perseverance, steadiness, not giving up easily in spite of obstructions. Dhriti, that means persistence in our action. Second thing is utsaha, means enthusiasm must be there. You have to enthusiasm, oh, morose, I have to do this one, I am stuck with this one, like that. No, that enthusiasm with joy. Because work, as we saw before, is a privilege. To do work, ability to do work, opportunity to do work are all both very precious gifts, as you have seen before. So with great enthusiasm, with gratitude, oh, thank you for letting me do this work. This is a great opportunity for me to serve the Lord. So with enthusiasm, I have to do some work. Utsaha samanvita. Then it is, then that karta is a sattvic karta. Without enthusiasm, sometimes anger, I'm stuck with this work, I don't want to do this. but the supervisor wants it to be done by me, so somehow I'll get it done. Not like that. With enthusiasm, with perseverance. Perseverance, dhriti, is very important. Sometimes when we do some work, some obstruction comes, and a person will easily is deterred by the obstruction, stops and gives up that work because some obstacles will come. The nature of life, that in spite of obstacles, we have to persevere and do the work. Sri Ramakrishna gives example in this example in the gospel. A person wants to dig a well to get water. He starts digging in one place. After digging for 3 feet, he encounters some rock or something. Then he stops and starts digging in a different place. There also same thing. After digging 2 or 3 feet, some sand or something will come, some other obstruction. Then he will stop the project, half done, goes to third place. If you keep on doing it, where will they get water? They have to complete the digging of the well in one place. Obstruction will be there. In all actions, in most actions, some obstruction will be there of some sort or other. That is the nature of life. To persevere in spite of obstructions, obstacles, and complete the work that we have undertaken, that is a sattvic quality, sattvic karta, dhriti samanvitaha, utsaha samanvitaha. Then one more most important quality is there after sattvic karta. Siddhya siddhyor nirvikaraha. Vikara means transformation, changing. Nirvikara means not changing, not being affected by siddhi, asiddhi, success, failure. One of these things is inevitable. Actually, when you do some work, three kinds of result will come. Either success will come or failure will come, usually a combination of both. Some part of the work will succeed, some part will not succeed. So that is how life is. As we saw before, no one has the power to predict and control the outcome of one's own work. That was studied in much detail in the second chapter. Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Phaleshu mate adhikaraha, ma phaleshu te adhikaraha. Karma we can do, you have some freedom there. But in predicting and determining karma phala, we have no control whatsoever. Because the result of any action is determined not only by what I do, my effort, but by other factors which all affect the outcome of my work. I do the best quality work I can, but still it may not succeed. Why? Because of other factors which I could not control. What are the other factors? We have studied that in detail earlier in this chapter. Whether what other people do, environment, effect of past action, all these things affect the work, effect of work that I am doing now, quality of output of my work. You can't control those things. What other people do affects your work in any team project, in any family. If one person does something wrong, it affects every member of the family. Same thing in workplace. Positive effect also is possible. If some person does very good quality work, in the interest of all, everybody will benefit. So any action that I do will necessarily have impact on other people, animals, plants, environment. We have to think about that before we saw in previous shloka. So without thinking these things, that is sattvic karma that we discussed before. When failure comes, asiddhi, then that is where the test is. When siddhi, success comes, we don't complain. Nobody says, why did I succeed? They take credit for, I did hard work, I succeeded. But when somebody fails, that's when question comes, why did I fail? Failure happens inevitably in life. Nobody succeeds in everything they do in life. So test is how they deal with failure. In spite of doing my best effort, sometimes failure will come. Any action that is possible. How do I deal with failure? That is the test. Throughout the Gita, in several places, the Lord has said, in success and failure, you remain equanimous. Siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva Siddhya siddhyor nirvikaraha, samasiddhava siddhau cha. Many places the Lord has said, success or failure, whatever comes, you remain unaffected by them. You remain calm. Take everything in stride. If success comes, you don't complain. If failure comes, that's when we have to remain calm. After having done our best. That is what he is. Sattvic Karta is one who remains unaffected, undisturbed, unperturbed, even when failure comes. Siddhya siddhyor nirvikaraha. One quality we have to always keep in mind, practice. Whenever you do something, if failure comes, after having done my best, if still failure comes, then I should remain calm. Nirvikaraha, siddhya siddhyor nirvikaraha. Earlier also several times Bhagavan has said this, given this instruction. For example, shloka number 48 in chapter 2, there the Lord had said, Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga vichyate. Yoga means samatva, equanimity under all circumstances, pain and pleasure, gain and loss, praise and blame, good and bad, happiness and happiness. In all these things, samatvam yoga. The sense of yoga is equanimity under all circumstances, in success and failure, 248. Then again in chapter 4, he said the same thing. In chapter 4, shloka 22, he said, Yadrichālāva santushtaha dvandvātīto vimatsaraha samasiddhāva siddhaucha kritvapi na nibadhyate. A person can remain free, unaffected by the fruits of actions. Then he is not bound. Samasiddhāva siddhaucha. Siddhi in success and in asiddhi, failure, samaha. Again in 18th chapter, he is here saying, Siddhya siddhyor nirvikaraha. See in how many places the Lord repeats the important instructions. Freedom from attachment, equanimity in success and failure, samadarshitvam, same-sightedness, all these virtues, you have to practice. So much emphasis is given on all these virtues throughout the Gita. Siddhya siddhyor nirvikara karta sattvika uchyate. So Sattvic Karta is one who is free from attachment, Mukta Sangaha. Anahamvadi, free from egotism. Dhriti Utsaha Samanvita, endowed with perseverance and enthusiasm. And equanimous in success and failure, Siddhya Siddhyor Nirvikara. Such a Karta Sattvika Uchyate, Sattvic Karta. We have to be Sattvic Kartas, keeping these things in mind whenever you do something. Now, in shloka number 27, you go to Rajasic Karta. Different qualities. 27. Ragi karma phala prepsor libdho himsatmiko ashuchihi harsha shokanvita karta rajasa parikirtitaha. Rajasic Karta. Qualities are Ragi. Raga means attachment. Ragi means one who has attachment. In the same way, you know the word dhani. Dhanam means money. Dhani means one who has money. Guni, one who has guna means quality. One who has good quality. Guni, like this one. Ragi means one who has attachment to karma phala, and to other things. Such a person is a Rajasic Karta, attachment. Karma phala prepsuhu. One who is desirous of the fruit of action for oneself. When doing something, before doing something, a person always asks, what is in it for me? What benefit will I get by doing this work? If there is no benefit, why should I do? That is a Rajasic attitude. Even if it, without considering my benefit, my pleasure, my gain, if I do something in the interest of everybody, the larger interest, and offer it to the Lord as my offering, then I am a Sattvic Karta. That kind of action shows the way to freedom. Sattva shows the way to freedom, Rajas binds. That we saw in the 14th chapter. Tamasic karta, still worse. We'll do that later. Rajasic karta. Rage karma phala prepsuhu lubdha. Lubdha means a greedy person. Lobha means greed. Lubdha means a greedy person. Greed is a very bad quality. There are three qualities which ensure suffering. Those came in the 16th chapter. There, Bhagavan Sri Krishna said, there are three big gateways to suffering. Trividam narakasyedam dvaram nashanamatmanaha. 16:21, I think. Narakasya trividam dvaram. Naraka means a place of suffering. It can be right here. Naraka need not be some spatially, geographically different place. Right now, Naraka is there for people. Swarga is also here. Trividam narakasya dvaram. Three gateways to suffering. What are they? Kāmaha, krodhaha, tatha lobhaha. Tasma, therefore, etatrayam tyajet. These three things have to be given up. 16th chapter. Now here, lubdha means a person who is full of greed. Greed is a very bad quality. It can kill a person. Greed can kill a person. Some time ago, I spoke on a Sunday talk on this Russian peasant farmer who was greedy for more land. He already had some land, but he was not satisfied. Greed for more land. That greed drove him to extreme limits. He could not control his greed. He went on acquiring more and more land, more and more land. It's based on a very nice short story by Leo Tolstoy. The title of the story is How Much Land a Man Needs. And then this farmer went on acquiring more land, sacrificing everything, family, comfort, health. Finally, in that process, he died also. How did he die? Out of greed. The story is long, but I'll condense the last part of the story is somebody tells him there's a remote area in some place, Russia, your land is free. You can go there, you can get as much land as you want. No price, no money. Oh, he went there, left family, everything, neglecting his health. And he said, a big land is there and anybody can own any amount of land. So he goes to the chief of that area and asks, sir, I want a large area of land. The chief says, how much land do you want? A big area I want. All the chief says, there is no price. You can use as much as you can use, you can take. No, but he was not satisfied. I want more land. I want territory, more territory. This is my land. So then the chief says, all right, do one thing. Come to this point, certain place, tomorrow morning at sunrise. I'll be there. And you start walking from that point, and I'll be waiting there. Walk as much as you want, cover as much as you want, come back to the same point, whatever area you cover in that duration, that is yours. Free. Oh, this man becomes very enthusiastic. Early morning before sunrise, he is there, ready to start walking. Chief is there, other people are there watching. He starts walking, but no, he wanted more territory, he keeps on running. If you walk slowly, you can cover a lot of land, but you cover more land. So he went on running all day without stopping for lunch or rest or even drinking water. He went on running, exhausted. Looking at the sky, before sunset, I have to reach that point. So it's evening, sun is going down in the horizon. It's still some distance to cover. Looking at the sun, running. Whole day has run. No rest, no water. And the sun is about 1 inch from the horizon. How to reach that point? It's still a few yards from the point. You have to reach that point before sunset. Almost sunset. With great difficulty, and panting for a breath, he goes and stops there at the starting point. And then whole day has run without drinking water, no rest, nothing. He drops dead. He reached the destination, he reached the point, covered the territory, all land. But then the chief was there, he took pity on this guy. He could have gotten as much land as he wants, but not satisfied. So what they do? They dig a grave and then they say some prayers and bury him. And after that, chief says one sentence. That's how the story ends. He says, "This is all the land he really needed, 6 feet by 3 feet." Greed is a very nice story. It was in my high school textbook some 70 years ago. That one thing stuck in my mind. Everything I studied in high school, I forgot. So that's greed. Lubdha means a greedy person. Then that greed spoils all our work. This is a rajasic quality. Content. Many places in the Gita, Bhagavan says, practice contentment, tripti. So he says, the quality of a devotee, describing qualities of a devotee in the 12th chapter, sloka number 19, Bhagavan says a devotee should be practice contentment. There it says, Santushto yena kenachit, tulya nindastutir mauni, santushto yena kenachit. With whatever is there, one should remain content. No need for more. God has given so many things already. Why do we need more? How much food can we eat? Even if there's a lot of food, you can only eat this much. How many clothes can we wear? Only one set of clothes. I can wear 200 sets of clothes in the closet. I can only wear one set. Big house is there, 25 rooms. I can only sleep in one room. So greed is very bad. Santushto yena kenachit. Again, in the 4th chapter, sloka 22, he said, Yadrichalabha santushto dvandvatita vimatsaraha. Yadrichalabha santushta. Whatever, content with whatever comes, unsolicited. Not trying too much to obtain more things. Whatever is there, with that I'm happy. Not seeking more. Quality of a devotee. So a lubdha means a rajasic karta is full of greed. Then himsatmakaha, violent person. Whatever a person does should not cause any himsa to anybody else. That we have seen before. Himsatmaka means without considering whether my work causes injury to other people, violence. If I do some work, I'm being a rajasic karta. Himsatmaka is a person who does all actions in a violent way, causing pain, discomfort to other beings, animals and plants. That is rajasic karta. Himsatmakaha, ashuchihi, impure person. Purity has come so many times. Shaucham, purity, came in the 17th chapter, describing the qualities, austerities of the body. There, Bhagavan had said, Shaucham, Devadvijur, Guru Pragya Pujanam, Shaucham, Arjavam, 1714. Shaucham is purity, both internal and external. Shuchi means the environment, external environment where work happens must be clean. Instruments used must be clean. The workplace must be clean. Desk must be clean. And internal purity, mind must be clean, free from all impurity. Shuchi. Without purity, then a person becomes a rajasic karta. Then one more quality for rajasic karta. Harsha shokanvitaha. Harsha means too much delight. If something that we do succeeds, they become so happy, exalted, and go on celebrating, taking pride. Oh, I did this one, I succeeded. Oh, everybody should know. If something does not turn out well, then shoka, depression, anger, blaming other people. This failure happened. I did my best because of him. The project failed. Like this. Harsha shokanvita, rajasic qualities. So, such a karta is called a rajasic karta. Karta rajasa parikirtitaha. Ragi, full of attachment. Karmapala prepsuhu, desiring fruit of one's own action. Lubdaha, greedy. Himsatmaka, violent worker. Ashuchihi, impurity. Harshushokanvitaha, with too much delight when success comes, or depression, anger, sadness, shoka, and failure comes. Such a person is called, worker is called a rajasic karta. karta parikirtitaha. Now we'll do the tamasic karta. It's very obvious by now what the tamasic karta is. Sloka number 28. Ayukta prakrita stabdaha shato naishkritiko lasaha vishadi dirgha sutri cha karta tamasa uchyate. Tamasic karta. Ayuktaha means not fully concentrated, not engaged in the work. Doing something, thinking something else. Ayukta. Yukta means one is fully engaged in something. Whatever I am doing, I must be 100% there. Not thinking something else, doing something else, then quality of work will not be good. Ayuktaha means unintegrated, unsteady, without concentration. Whatever we do, we must whole mind must be there on that work. Then you are yukta, work will succeed. Ayukta means unsteady, unintegrated, without concentration, person doing the work. Tamasic quality. Prakritaha. Prakrita means unrefined, uncultured, rough way of doing things. Supposing I want to keep this book here, I can keep it in the sattvic way, nicely closing it, top is facing like this, and keep it in its place gently. Or a tamasic karta will throw this book here or somewhere. Tamasic action. No, we should not do that one. Prakrita means unrefined way of working, uncultured, unrefined way, as opposed to Samskrita. You know the word Samskrita means refined. Samskrita Bhasha, refined language. Prakrita Bhasha also comes in Sanskrit dramas. Language that uneducated people will use. Prakrita means uncultured way of doing, a rough way of doing things, unrefined way of doing things. Stabdaha means arrogant person. Stabdaha dandavat nanamati kasmaichit. A stiff person. Inflexible. Stabda means inflexible. We have to be flexible. You have to change according to the needs of the circumstances. You start with some methodology, and if the nature of work says that you have to change your method, then you have to be flexible and change that one to make sure the work succeeds. Flexibility must be there. Stabda means an arrogant and inflexible person. Shata means a deceitful person, cheating other people in our work. That is very bad quality, cheating. Naishkritikaha. Naishkrita means a malicious person. Naishkritika here means paravibhedana paraha, paravritti chedana paraha. Here, undermining others and ruining others' livelihood. Sattvic karta means a person by his action causing harm to other people. Instead of trying to help other people, to serve other people with love, tamasic karta creates difficulty for others in the workplace, in the family. So this should not be done. Naiskritiko alasa means a lazy person, not working hard. Vishadi, a sad person, despondency, sadness. Dirgha Sutri is a procrastinating person. Let me do it tomorrow. Let me do it this evening. Something has to be done now, postponing it to evening. Something has to be done today, postponing to tomorrow. Something is to be done this week, doing it next week or next month. Then that work never gets done. Last moment, somehow, time deadline has come. Quickly do something, be done with it. No, that is Dirgha Sutri means a procrastinating. You have to do the work when it is to be done, not later. I knew one person, one of the devotees, he is not there now. Any appointment, any time, anywhere, if he has to be there, he'll be there 5 minutes before that time. Some people are always late for everything. I'm one of them. Always late for something. Be on time. Precise. That person, some of you know him, that Mr. Nerula was there. He passed away. Any appointment, he'll be there 5 minutes, all full ready and equipment, everything before the appointed time. That is, punctuality is very important in work. Vishadi Dirgha Sutri, procrastinating person, karta tamasa uchyate tamasic karta. So we'll stop here. So you have seen 3 kinds of karta. Sattvic karta, Rajasic karta, Tamasic karta. So we should be Sattvic karta, explained in shloka number 26. Very important shloka. 26. Sattvic karta. Mukta sango naham vadi dhrityutsaha samanvitaha siddhya siddhyor nirvikaraha karta sattvika uchyate. So let us stop here and continue next time. Closing prayer. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah sarve santu niramayah sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Om, may all be happy, may all be free from difficulties and suffering, may all know and practice, realize what is noble, dharmic and auspicious, may no one be subject to any kind of suffering. Om, peace, may there be peace and joy in our hearts, adhyatmika shanti. May there be peace and harmony amongst all beings, Adi Bhautika Shantihi, and may there be peace everywhere in nature, Adi Daivika Shantihi. Harihi Om Tat Sat Sarvam Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.